Good morning, YouTube and my subscribers. This is William Williams Philippines, and it's about 4 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday morning, January 8th, 2024, and it is a bit cold outside. I'm sitting a little bit forward today because, well, this towel in that window blocking off most of the cold air isn't working that well because the whole window is acting like, oh yeah, a big giant ice cube trying to let all the white fluffy stuff that's fallen out of the sky and landed on the ground. Yeah, there's a bunch of that out there. It is what it is. Anyway, y'all have a good night and blessings. Yeah. I can see no reason to want to be going outside. It's cold outside. I think they wrote a song with that. Baby, it's cold outside. And today, here, yes, it is. And it's not even that cold. Let me see. Well, crap it. It happened. Yeah. Let's see. It is a whopping 27 degrees outside, according to this, but it feels like, oh yeah, 17. And that's why I'm trying not to be up on that window. Because, oh, baby, it's cold outside. Yeah, I'm trying not to be that close to it. It is what it is. Anyway, I saw one, apparently Marcus from Overstay is running across the top part of the country. I don't know if Filipinos would really like it being this cold. They may want to come and visit it for 10 minutes, like he said, 5 minutes. But then they're going to want some warmth again. I used to like being on the colder side. And the older I get, the more I'm like, I want some warmth. It's one of the reasons I want to get to the Philippines. Because this cold stuff is, yeah, cold. It's called cold for a reason, because it's cold. Anyway, I don't know about y'all, but like I said, I'm ready to be warm. And yes, this is just the beginning of today. It's supposed to get colder and worse tomorrow. And I'm trying to decide whether I want to try to drive over to Canadian and pick up a piece of mail, or do I want to just have them send it here? And yeah, I think I'm going to have it sent. I think I'm going to have it sent here because that stuff's outside. And if I drive, well, there's a bunch of that stuff on the road. And don't get me wrong, we're pretty good about getting rid of it up here. But yeah, it takes a minute. And trying to drive around in that stuff, long holes, and yeah, it's just no fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, people drive in snow and on the highways with snow on it all the time. And a bunch of them slide around and make boo-boos all over their vehicles and wonder why. if you don't have to, don't drive. A lot of people think everything is I have to. No. Seriously. And if you do have to, do it very slow. Take your time. And then, just to be on the safe side, slow down some more. I'm just saying. I've driven in this stuff, and it even gets people who've had lots of experience. Black ice is one of those things that will just reach out and slap you. Because, hey, it's going that direction, and you just happen to be in the way. That, and I'm still feeling my chest is still feeling a bit of the being sick earlier this weekend. So yeah, I am not really wanting to go outside and face all that. I plan on going home and trying to avoid the world because, well, it's going to be cold outside. I think I'm going to turn the heater up on high, toast the whole house just for fun of it, get it nice warm, and yeah. Hopefully it'll be able to keep up with it getting this cold and staying this cold that long. I don't know. It shows we're supposed to get up to, we're supposed to get up to above freezing to 40, 41 degrees. Yeah. Let's see, what is that? 41 is 6 or 7 degrees Celsius. Not exactly warm. But yeah, right now it's cold. Like I said, and 27, so it's a few degrees below freezing. And that would put it at a couple degrees below 0 Celsius. Yeah. I'm ready to not be cold anymore. And yes, let's see, what else? I'm going to try to put in for a credit card with the airline and try to use that to buy my ticket, get the points with the airline on an airline branded card. So yay. Hopefully it'll be some bonus there somewhere or another. Yeah. I don't know about you, but if they're going to give bonus points, I can see it as maybe being useful. But I want to try to make sure I keep it as low as possible and get it out of there and done with as fast as possible. Yeah, I'm trying to not get too much in debt. I also know that debt is not a good thing, and if you can stay out of it, yay, get out of it and stay out of it. Don't go into it if you don't have to. I still have some of my monster to kill, and I'm trying to slay it as fast as I can, but yeah. Having the car's window go crack across it and then having to take and do the the timing setup on it. And yeah, by the time you throw those in together and a few other things, this has been a very interesting year. And It looks like I might have went 1,500 in the hole. I'm not happy with that. But it is what it is. And it's better to have it on available to use it if you need it than to not have it. Kind of like why the second's there. It's there just in case. You know, they actually used to make a package called Just In Case. All in a little tube with a little strap on it so you could put it over your shoulder and carry it. And it's in a little tube, and yeah, you break this open just in case. Personally, I'm thinking that if it's still in the case when you need it, you're in trouble. But yeah. I don't know if they still make those. Might have to check that out on Google. But yes, they used to have Just In Case. Yeah. Little pistol grip job. The things that have changed in my life. You know, when I first started playing on computers, well, let's put it this way. RAM was measured in, things that were less than a megabyte. Now you're talking multiple gigabytes. My little phone here has more than what my first computers did. All of them put together. I remember my little desktop running a 286. I remember running my first little laptop, and actually it was a briefcase. And yeah, about 4 inches thick and as big as a briefcase. And it operated on 2 144 floppy disks. One for data and one for the operating system. And now, yeah. They've changed so much. It's amazing. And phones. When I was a kid, they were attached to the wall. And I finally saw the one that we had here that was attached to the wall finally disappear. We don't have it anymore. The closest thing to it we have is the full-blown desktop kind of phone that is for the whole business and controls all the different phones in the business. And it's actually about the same size as the phone that used to be mounted on the wall. And it's a lot more powerful and a lot more useful. Oh, it's also got a built-in answering machine for all the rooms. Takes messages for everybody. Oh, acts as a wake-up call also. For any of them and all of them. And now we have the little handheld cell phones that you can talk with all over the world, to the whole world, and you don't have to go through an operator to do it. I remember payphones in a booth. A little house on the side of the road, side of the parking lot, up against a building. And I remember using them for 5 cents. Yeah. And then in a matter of a couple of years, they went from 5 cents to 25 cents. Nowadays, I don't even know if you can actually find a payphone. I think there's still some in like truck stops. There might be some in convenience stores, but I don't remember seeing one anytime, recently. They just don't put them in there anywhere, out there anymore. So yeah, my phone's more of a computer than my first 10 computers put together. And my phone is also, more of a phone than pretty much all of them were when I was a kid. And that was actually looking at something, getting to check that monitor from the guy last night or the night before, I forget. Last night, I think. Anyway, his little monitor, a gaming thing, and got me thinking on gaming and all the changes that have happened with gaming things and such. The gone from being on computers to little handheld jobs now that kids are running around with. Oh, and they can connect that to something and connect it to the TV and play it on the TV. That's why I have such a problem with kids doing that here, because they never swap it back. They just unplug something and I get a phone call saying, hey, all right, check back there, and they do and find out, and gotta love kids in the wood chipper. I mean, we love our children. We love our children. Yeah. Kids. I don't know. Here, this is the beginning of a new year, and I've been thinking back and kind of doing a bit of remembering of a lot of the things that have changed in my life. It's kind of like when I was young, I was talking to my great-grandmother, who actually remembered, a time when there was, not, cars, still horse and buggy. And going back to that and to where we are today. I'm sorry. I'm not used to wearing a vest or a coat inside too much, and it's rubbing in weird places and reminding me that I'm having to wear it. But yes, my great-grandmother, going from horse and buggy to seeing somebody land on the moon. How's that for changing and seeing the world change? Makes me wonder what a child born today is going to see. Because I can guarantee you it's definitely changing fast. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things that are really positive about change. But then there's also a lot of things that aren't positive about change. Change for change's sake, is it really good? I want to start working from the left to the right instead of from the right to the left. I see folks, trying to change things, and I can see sometimes where it might be good. Try it and find out. But be able to understand that change just for change's sake isn't good unless it's actually producing some benefit. So if you can, change from going from the left to the right to the right to the left, and right to the left actually makes things faster, well, go for it. If it produces, a faster flow, go for it. But if it doesn't and it makes it slower, why? I wanted to change? Yeah. And there's some things that are, going on in the world that make me wonder. Especially a lot of things going on with government. When they start making it harder for folks to, improve things because they're stuck in a rut. I was watching a video, a lady was talking about the IRS and how they're still operating on computer technology from the 80s. Why? And then I also remember just a few years ago where they were putting they had a special, I don't remember what it was, but it was another special they had on one of the TV shows, one of the news shows, and they were talking about the missile silos. The missile silos are running off of floppy disks from back in the 60s and 70s. The big 5 and 8 inch floppy disks. Now hopefully they've changed that since. But seriously? You can't get something updated? Now don't get me wrong, I understand some of these reasons that they may be doing this might be because, well, if nothing else, the security. If you have to actually physically show up to plug something in to make it run, that could possibly be a good thing because then you aren't just, somebody over there decides they want to make us launch something and there one goes. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean for you to glow in the dark. Yeah. Not nuking somebody because of a accident, because somebody was playing around on a computer could possibly be a good thing. But, yeah. So hacking into, I could see that. But, yeah, there's being able to get things done is also very important. The IRS needs to be able to take and handle things. And she was saying that girl was saying something about how the IRS is still using, this 80s technology when the spreadsheet Excel or whatever it is, Quicken or such, is doing it better, faster, and providing a lot more. I don't know. I think Musk is in for a big job if he actually has to go in there and start fighting them on 70s, 60s, 80s computer technology. If they're still clinging to it, and it's probably they're clinging to it because, well, now you have to have, 500 extra people running the database and entering and checking the database. Oh, and keeping it running. There's another 500 people. So yeah, job security? Anyone? But yeah, she also said something about, yes, we can produce, buggy whips, but why? I mean, if we can do them for a half penny each, and we're turning out 1,000,000 of them a day, doesn't mean that they're useful. I mean, who's out there buggy whipping horses? How many places, how many buggy whips are really still needed in the world? I mean, I understand that there are some horse races where they have buggy whips for the horses, and that there's a few places that still have horse-drawn carriages. But let's see, how many horse-drawn carriages are there still in the world? Yeah. Enough to provide a need for 1,000,000 buggy whips a day? Maybe if they're only used once and thrown away. But really, I think the lady was talking right about it. Things need to be updated and upgraded and improved in some areas. And sometimes, letting go of things is a good thing. Change can be good. But like she said, change for change's sake, just because, hey, we can make a buggy whip for a half a cent doesn't mean we need to be making buggy whips. Yeah. Again, I'm back in a thoughtful loop, trying to figure out a few things. Anyway, for my 242, I lost somebody. Sorry. For those of you still around, please, thank you. I appreciate it. And like I said, this is going to be becoming a bit different as I get closer to moving to the Philippines, and when I do get to the Philippines. I don't know, I'm thinking I might try to do just a little 15 to 30 minute live thing a day. I don't know. Saying, here's my point of view, and pointing back there and saying, see, ocean. I don't know. Aqualung. This is William Williams, Philippines. Fish out. Later blessings. Bye-bye.